Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. You guys are doing well because they're having a wonderful day. As you can tell, we're a bit sick. As you can hear by my voice, by my nose, we're a bit sick. I would love to wear the mask. We have it right here, but I cannot breathe if I can put this. I'm only breathing by the mouth, and it's bad. So we're reviewing the movie It 2, and before I even start the review, I really wanted to like this movie. So, it's a funny story. It's a funny story. I told you guys before the story. I was going to this day camp, and there was this, it was really cool. Hot water with crystal light to heal. There's this camp, right? I don't know if I told you this story. I'll tell you again, because I'm pretty sure I didn't. There was this camp, right? My story with It, the original. And It was the movie that I wanted to defeat. It was a movie that I absolutely wanted to defeat. When it comes to horror movie, there's two that are very, very clear in my mind. The first one is Chucky. So I told you what happened. I wasn't working, right? And it could be a small story, don't worry. I wasn't working, and I would go to Walmart. I wasn't working a lot. I was working at A&W. A&W would give me a shift per week. I don't know why. There was too many people. I don't give a fuck why. I should have quit, right? And that shift was 8 hours and minimum salary. Somehow I had money saved up. Somehow I was okay financially to pay the rent. But every time I would go far. I would go to Dollar DDO, which is two city away. And between those cities, I would go to Dorval, and then Dorval was a Walmart. You guys know the Walmart story. You know, I've been there for a while. You guys know that I spent days and days and days and days there. And it was this bin, a $5 movie. And they kept on having the same movie multiple times. And I was lucky enough to find Curse of Chucky. In that movie, Curse of Chucky, I was lucky enough to find it because there was only one of them. That's holy shit. That's mine. And when I bought it, I was like, holy fuck, why did I buy this? I'm not gonna watch it, I'm scared. And then when I watched it, because I was bored, ended up being one of my favorite movies for a year or 2 years minimum. One of my favorite movie was Chucky. Now, what does it have to do with the It Chapter 2? It Chapter 2, sorry, that has Earth. We're addicted already. What does it have to do with the It number 2, the Chapter 2? Well, it was another game. So my mom was the perfect mother, right? She's like, oh, my son is so young. My son is my baby boy. I love him so much. That has Earth. I love him so much, but I still think of my baby. Very motherly, very mother behavior. So till the age of 18, I would go to a camp. I would go to a day camp. Now the good news is my father had me a month in the summer, and that month I was able to do whatever the fuck I want. So I had total independency and total dependency from my mom, which was weird. As I was saying, I was going to a camp, and I was 18 years old. The camp maximum age was 18 years old. And there was a day camp counselor named Sammy. I fucking love you, Sammy. You taught me a lot in life. And Sammy was, Sammy would treat me really differently. Sammy also had Arabic parents. He knew how Arabic parents worked. Sammy was like, you shouldn't be here, you're 18, so I'm going to treat you like a little brother, and I'm going to treat you differently, so I would be treated almost as an adult, and he was really, really cool with me. And then Sammy, he said, yo, I need your help with something. Sammy always came up with those plans, right? I shouldn't tell the story because it has nothing to do with it. But long story short, Sammy would come up with those plans. And Sammy would always defend me when it comes to the trouble. So, for example, I would swear. And I would get in trouble for swearing. And then we had Sammy said, yo, be careful, bro. And he wouldn't say, yo, be careful, bro, but it was like, be careful. And it would seem mad, but there was no consequences. And he would even take me aside to talk. And he would pretend like we were fighting. He would pretend like he was giving me shit, so the other counselor felt bad for me. But Sammy also wanted me to help him because, again, he was treating me like a little brother, right? So with the girls, with the counselor, there was another counselor that he liked. I helped him. It's like, I need your help, bro. People, they respect you in this camp. You're like their older brother. So I'm gonna put this movie, but I'm afraid that people are not gonna want that movie. And that movie was It, the original, and I couldn't watch it. I was too scared. So watching It was similar to Chucky. I was like, this movie that I couldn't watch. So when I watched the remake last week of It Chapter 1, I fell in love with the movie. The movie was so good. The scene of the movie, the ambience of the movie, the fact that we were in the 80s and the kids were so cool. And I really enjoyed that movie. I really liked it. I like the modernity of the CGI. I like the old time Sam. I like the story of it. I like Pennywise. I like the kids. So I really, really, really wanted to like It Chapter 2. So we watched It Chapter 1 last week, and I managed to find It Chapter 2 I think it was 2 days ago. 2 days ago, yeah, I didn't make a video. I was sick yesterday. I was sick as shit about it. And I gotta say, It 2 is such a missed opportunity. Such a missed opportunity. So in It Chapter 1, we're seeing the kids. And it's normal they're afraid. They're kids. And you can blame Pennywise on their imagination. And you can blame Pennywise on being this. It's weird because I don't think you can think about it and not think about Stranger Things. They're very, very similar. Very, very similar. They're the same period of time. They're the same kind of movie. It's very similar. So in the second one, those kids are grown up. And those kids are trying to fight Pennywise. And it is cool. It is cool because they're adult and they're able to be Pennywise. But it sucks because the movie is... I want to say the movie is bad, but it's not bad. It's just not great. I think I had high expectation for it too. So, and the first con that I have against It's number 2 is they're adults. And there's kid stuff. For example, there's a dinner table, right? And they're seeing the, it's a damn shame, dude. What a fucking waste. They're seeing these illusion, and they're afraid of it, and they know it's Pennywise. They know it's not true. It wasn't true when they were 7. It's not going to be true when they're 34. Right? And then, the movie, the second cons. So they're afraid of shit, and you're like, dude, you're an adult. Wake up. The second thing, which really sucks, is that they constantly take advantage of the fact that the first movie is such a success. For example, there's going to be scene of the first movie. We're going to be seeing the scene. For example, there's this kid played by Billy Maher, with the glasses, the guy who played Finn Wolfhard, who played Finn and Stranger Things. And he was gay. Which is kind of a cool story because he was gay. And it just served the purpose of, like, yeah, he was gay. And that's cool that he come to terms with that. But at the same time, it doesn't add anything to the story. See, if he was able to say, yo, to the kids, yo, I didn't tell you before, but I'm gay. And they had like, oh, we knew, or at least, oh, dude, this is so cool that you're coming clean with that. None of that. We know he's gay, but he doesn't talk about it. Another example. There's this kid, Stanley. You guys remember him as the Jewish kid. And he unalived himself at the beginning of the movie. Because he was afraid. He was afraid of Pennywise. And you're like, holy shit, can't believe he did that. But then it doesn't add anything to the movie. The movie, there's just like, oh, I can't believe we lost him. And the only thing that it helps is remembering him. But you're remembering a kid that we saw in one movie that wasn't the main character. The main character was possibly the girl. Because she was the only girl. And you're like, yeah, we didn't really care about that kid. The kid that stuttered, who is played by Jay McAvoy, fantastic actor. But that kid's actually pretty cool. He still stutter when he gets nervous. This is possibly the saving grace of the movie. He still stutter when he's... See, my problem is the movie feels very empty because they're constantly relying on things that they did as a kid. So, for example, oh, there's nothing going on, so I'm going to put this kid as a kid. There's this fat kid, right, who builds a house. And you're seeing him build a house. And it's kind of cool because We didn't know he built a house, and it's kind of cool that he did build a house. But it serves no purpose. With the character of Jay McAvoy, the kid, the brother of Billy, of Georgie, Georgie. Oh, Georgie. He still stutters, so you're like, holy shit, he didn't beat that stuttering effect. And it's just cool. You got the girl, the character of the girl, Bevy, and it sucks because her father was abusive, her father was sexualizing her, and then we realize that her husband or boyfriend is not precise. It is said that her husband, because she does take a ring out and put it on the table, he's being abusive to her. Does it add something to the movie? No. The only saving grace is that the fat kid who was trying to get her and trying to romance her and really, really trying to romance her was like, the sad thing is, at the end she kissed him and you're like, holy shit, that's so cool because the guy got the girl. Then again, you feel bad because the girl didn't want him in the beginning, right? She clearly wanted the guy who stuttered. And in the second movie, when they're adult and they rekindle, she's trying to rekindle with the guy that stuttered. She doesn't give a fuck about the fat kid who became very handsome. She doesn't give a fuck. But then when you realize that it wouldn't work with a stuttering kid, she's like, oh yeah, let's just talk to her. Another thing that bothered me is the character Mike. Mike is a black kid. So in the original movie, where we're in the 80s, there was a lot of racism, right? And in the movie, like, this kid wasn't so important. It was cool that they were it was cool there was a color in a group where, in a time period where it wouldn't be seen as normal, it would be seen as weird. And that kid doesn't really have a lot to do. In the first movie, the kids, narratively wise, they all have the same importance. There's 6 kids who have to band together to beat Pennywise. But then in the first movie, some characters clearly had more to lose, clearly had more talking. For example, one of the main characters, in my opinion, is the brother of Georgie. Because he lost his brother, and you're like, holy shit, I don't want to lose my friend. I already lost my brother. So he has some cardin. The girl, because, again, there's 2 guys in this story that are in love with her, right? Phil Morfhart, which is played by Billy Maher after. The reason why he's so important is because he talks a lot in the story. He has a lot of lines. So you think he's more important because he's talking more. He has more screen time. But narratively speaking, they're all important. Now, the problem is Mike. And Mike, I only like the character, but I don't like him. Because he stayed behind, kind of keeping in mind the fact that they had to kill Pennywise. And he makes it his mission to bring back the people. Say, yo, we still have to do this. We still have to fuck these people up. Which is cool. I love it. However, there's not a clear answer. There's not a clear reason why he stayed behind. There's not a clear reason why he spent his life trying to get Pennywise. And it kind of sucks. It kind of really sucks. Because you spend the entire movie being like, yo, the character of Mike is so cool. It's really like that he lied to his friend. He went to the character of Pennywise. We finally learned who he is. Finally learned that he was an entity that he came here in a vessel. And Mike made some research and found some people that have seen something similar to Pennywise. The cool thing that I didn't know about here too is every Stephen King, which is the writer of it, books has something in common. So if you watch a movie like The Dark Tower deity, the bad guy at the end is a similar creature as Pennywise. As simple as that. Is it super cool? Okay. Is it kind of nice? Yeah, kind of nice. So it too. And lastly, the movie feels a bit empty. It's like, even when they beat Pennywise, which is a great moment, it's a bunch of adults saying, we're not scared of you. We're a clown. You're a clown. You're a clown. You're fucking adults, guys. Come on. Like, actively beat up this monster. See? And I don't know. It just feels kind of empty. It just feels... I don't know. The movie, the pros are... The graphics are really... The graphics are really good. Like, for example, Bevy goes back to her home, the home that she had as a kid. And she goes back, and there's this old woman. And the saving grace of the movie is also Bevy. How can I forget Bevy? Well, I watched the movie 3 days ago, so give me a chance. Bevy, she's a saving grace because she has vision. So basically what happened is, again, very similar to, I just hurt. Sorry guys, I'm addicted. Very similar to Max and Stranger Things. She got too close to the lights. Because she got too close to the light, she got vision. If you guys remember Max from Stranger Things, Max went into the, I don't remember. The Upside Down, I think? The Upside Down. And because she went there, she developed visions. And maybe she developed vision, which serves as a narrative. And she's the one that's closest to Pennywise. And it's kind of cool because they really, when it comes to the character, they really did their justice. They really did good. They really, 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 really did good. For example, she goes back to her parents' house. And her father died. And you're like, fuck that guy. I didn't like him. He was a fucking PDF file. Fuck him. But then she feels sad because he didn't say goodbye. And even though she hated him, he was still a father. So she meets with this woman, right? And this woman, and this is actually my favorite scene of the movie. This woman, she acting weird. And when Maeve's not looking, you're seeing the old lady run. And she's an old lady, she's not supposed to run. And the way she's running is very weird. And then, when you look at her, she has a spot here. You can kind of tell that she's dead, right? And then you watch the pictures. And the picture of her is a father, and the father really, 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 really looks like Pennywise. So we learned that the father is Pennywise, and it's kind of cool because the old woman's like, "Are you still daddy's little girl?" Which is a reference to the first movie when he was sexualizing his own daughter and calling her daddy's little girl and saying, "Oh, you're still mine, huh? You're still mine." And it's kind of nice because she was a daughter of Pennywise, so for sure there was some abuse. So they're similar. It's a really good scene. So yeah, so It number 2 isn't a bad movie, but it isn't great. Disappointing. I really want to love this one. Can't win them all, I guess. Anywho, love you guys. Take it easy.